let's get into today's overview of what I saw and kind of just what happened. So let's move into the first macro. All right. All right. Coming into the morning, uh, we had a huge move up. I don't know what this is, but we had a huge move up uh, in the overnight session. So we'll probably be able to see that more on the 4 hour time frame. So we had a big move, and I was fairly bullish. I mean, coming into the day, so I marked out some bullish PDAs. Dropping on the 1 hour, we had this 1 hour gap that I was looking at, so I wasn't really interested in shorts because of the 1 hour gap as well as the 4 hour down here. I mean, if we inverted this and then in the second AM macro we had a setup, I probably would have been interested at least to the Asia lows. But as far as the first one, I was looking more for these highs up here. So let's move down. There was a 15-minute bearish imbalance right here that probably would have played a role in this trade. So let's drop down to the one. So that was the only PDA where I kind of just holding this trade back from being a super A plus trade. Everything was lining up. We dropped into that 1 hour. I saw the reaction I was looking for. It was a clean reaction, inverted the 5 minute coming out of the 1 hour, which is great. Great confluence. Um, let's see. Then we had a displacement right here, and same thing on ES. Left a bigger gap on ES. ES was clearly the stronger as for today. Then we kind of just chopped around. My plan into the trade was pretty much go break even once this gets tapped. If I had done that, this trade would have worked out nicely, but I did not actually take this trade because of the 15-minute gap. That was something I was in my head about a lot because we had the 1 hour structure pointing up, so I'm not sure if I should have considered still taking that long with that 15-minute gap, which definitely was going to act as a resistance, as it kind of did right there, but to what extent, I don't know. So that was kind of a missed opportunity, which is okay with me. Uh, and then moving along, this is where things kind of took a turn for the worse. This was probably the first time in a decent while that I took a psychological loss. This was solely because of the fact that I didn't take that one and watched it work out, which has been kind of the theme for the entire week. Just missed opportunities that have hit every time. And I kind of got in my head with this trade here. Let me see. Let me pull it up on ES as well. So we're looking at it right here. I was looking at a trade back into this gap, but I should have never taken this position to begin with because of the fact that the target was already taken out on ES, as like our primary buy side liquidity was already swept, and it was showing clear signs of being swept. So I kind of just put the trade on. I wanted to close it instantly because I don't know. I guess that's like post trade clarity, but I mean, I wanted to sell it immediately, which probably isn't a good sign that I'm in a trade that's worth being in because I really didn't believe it was going to go higher. I was just stuck in it mentally for the fact of missing so many opportunities and kind of beating myself up over the fact that I wasn't kind of executing at the level I should be. So I placed this trade. Looking back, honestly, this was the position I was eyeing the second one, and that played out beautifully to the highs. And it was a much nicer and cleaner example of a trade that I should have looked for because this tap was just barely into that 15-minute I was looking for, and it didn't even touch the discount, and this did. So a lot of things wrong with that trade, but honestly, a good reminder of why it's so important to follow your rules. I mean, there kind of wasn't any rules from this. It brought into my mind a thing I read from Trading in the Zone, and it's like one of the top things that traders do is not execute. They don't execute on the trades they plan for, and then execute on trades they did never plan to even take. And this is just an example of that happening, which is all right. Um, I'm completely okay with this. It's just the fact that this is actually a pretty decent opportunity to instill why it's so important to make sure I stick to my rules and kind of just instill a little more patience. But working with that, um, it's kind of good to kind of just get like a loss in real quick because with the paper account that I'm trading on right now, I haven't incurred any losses. This is the first real one, which is good to kind of just get it out the way, and now I can focus on just executing. That's the big goal of kind of what I'm doing right now, is just to really hunker down on the psychological part of just trading, managing positions, stuff like that. It's pretty much like my last barrier that I need to kind of get past. But that being said, interesting day today. Uh, a lot to learn from, and I'm glad I'm like logging all this, because then I want to be able to look back in the future and kind of see the mistakes I made, and hopefully I'll learn from each one. So, and this is one of those examples where I can definitely learn a lot about not only myself, but drawbacks that I face mentally, so I can put in fail safes to kind of avoid this type of thing. But yeah, that's it for today. Peace.